Okay, fellas, listen up, please. Now, we've got a very tough start to the season. There's no doubt about that. But we need to come together as a squad and just make sure we get the job done. There's no excuses. But if you do have to lose a game, make sure it's in the league and not in Europe.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Jarun on the Impossible Dream. It is Season 5, Episode 1, and today it is a baptism of fire as we get the season underway. We are at home to Hajduk Split in the league and then away to Celtic in the Champions League second qualifying round. It's probably about as tough as a draw we could have got. But let's have a quick look at where we stand as a club. Now, there's a slight problem with this, and that is that Mio Rovers is an icon, and I am only a favoured personnel. Now, if you've been with the channel for long enough, you'll know that ultimately the only goal I have in this impossible dream is to have a stadium named after me. If we win the Champions League or not that bothered, I want the stadium. But this is a problem, obviously, because I need to be a legend to get that, and if Rovers is going to get there before me, we're going to have to sell him. He's not going to be able to stay. I don't care how good he is. So, yeah, that's that. Pranjic, Fillet, and Tommy G are the other favoured personnel, although Tommy G may not be with us for too much longer. If we have a quick look at where we stand as a club here, we are a professional team as we have been since day one. Still a 3-star reputation. I was hoping that to go up a little bit. We are in the Champions League this season after some final day heroics last season. I am the manager. Dashka is captain again. Bekanic is vice-captain again. Zebic, on loan from Marseille this season, is our key player, and a hot prospect is Sluga. And, well, he won't be around this year because he's too young to play in the league, but we've got quite a few really good prospects that are coming through at this point. Now, if we have a look at what we're expected to achieve this season, we are expected to qualify for the Europa Conference League, so that is effectively a top 3 finish, be competitive in the Champions League, reach the quarterfinals of the Cup, and we've already last episode played and won the Super Cup, so that's a nice little addition to the trophy cabinet for us. The league and its pre-season preview, well, we are, according to this, 5th favourites, although, according to the bookies, like 1 percentage point, I don't know what the term is, off of Rijeka for 3rd. So yeah, I mean, we should be challenging for the title again. That would certainly be the hope. And yeah, the new team that came up are the favourites for relegation, and they are an affiliate of ours. We can loan them players. We've loaned them 1 or 2. Closer to the transfer window closing, we'll probably send a few more their way, I would think. Now, if we go and have a look at the dream team, now Ilinkovic is there. Now, we had him on loan briefly, and he wasn't really good enough for us. So how he has got into the dream team, I'm not quite sure. But as is always the case, very, very heavily favoured towards Dinamo Zagreb in the blue there. A couple of these guys, I think, are Hajduk, and that is Rijeka there. I'm not sure. I think that's the Dinamo. I think he's their goalkeeper as well. If we have a look at the key players in the league, well, we can see that Ilinkovic is, was that 5th in the league. Lokomotiva have a couple of good players. I have looked at signing Tushi, so he just can't score against us. That may happen yet, if I'm honest. If we scroll down, we can see Zebic and Fillet are our two best players, according to this. Then if we keep scrolling down, we will see everybody else there in order. So, yeah, Bordeaux look like they're going to struggle to stay up this year, don't they? But you never know. They said the same thing about us. So this is it. This is our first game of the season at home to Hajduk Split. Now, this is the Saturday game. We have Celtic coming up midweek. I can't remember if it is the Wednesday or the Tuesday. We're expecting a 4-4-2 out of them. They look a very settled team. Just the one debutant there as well. Now, this is the team that we're sending out. It's a really, really tough balancing act, this one, because realistically, if we're going to lose, I'd rather lose in the league. There's no doubt about that because we can come back from it. But equally, it's yeah, I mean, we don't really want to lose at all, do we? I'm just getting rid of some heavy match loads here. It might be the last we see of Tommy G, if I'm honest. He's still... he's requested a transfer. But we promised that we will sell him. But I want to get somebody else in first before I do that. But anyway, long story short, let's go and have a look at the team we're sending out. So Nevesic will be the goalkeeper. We've got Bekanic, Dem, Jenic, and Zebic as the back 3. We've got Havoy down the right, Brekilalo down the left, Bosanjak, Hakovenga, and Skoko will make his first league appearance for us, first YouTube appearance as well. Pranjic and Tommy G will go up front. And yeah, we've got a fairly strong bench. Yeah, like I say, it's a weird balancing act here to try and have a team that can make sure that we win in Europe, because we've got to, or at least not lose the away leg anyway. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. Now, this is a very good Hajduk Split side. They're not easy beats by any stretch of the imagination. Now, I don't think they're in Europe this year either, which is got to be a bit of an upset, I would think. All right, let's make full advantage of home form or home games. Kakovenga, he's a very aggressive young man, I've since found out after signing him. And here we go. So, yeah, you can see recent form there. That is that Super Cup thing that we played in. We took it seriously. We put out a strong side, but it was one of those where I wasn't that concerned. I mean, you always want to win those Super Cup things, obviously, but it was more about fitness and making sure that we had just getting some debuts out of the way, things like that as well. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Skoko goes. Part of me signed him because he's Josip's son, and I do want him to represent the Socceroos, not Croatia. But genuinely, he is a good player. And as I've said before, Tolik isn't going to be around forever, certainly at the European level. So we need somebody that's going to be able to come in and replace him. And I've sort of earmarked Skoko as that guy. So we'll see what happens. As Kakovenga wins that back. Tommy G, just gives it back away again. And here come Hajduk. That's not the greatest. It's not the greatest. Can we get a foot in here and stop this? Oh, it's taken a deflection. Kemen has been given the goal, but I don't think it certainly didn't go in cleanly. It took a big deflection on the way through. And we'll get a better idea here of, is it Skoko that's come off? No, it is Bosanjak or Bekenic. I'm still not sure who it was. But yeah, that's not ideal inside the first 10 minutes. One thing that we want to... I'm still toying around with the best way to play things. We are being more expressive now. We've got a corner, Kakovenga to take in towards the back post. Headed away, Bosanjak is there. Can he get it back in there for Zebic? Havoy. Back to Bosanjak. Zebic. Havoy's made a good run forward. Tinavoy draws a really good save. And we'll go again from the other side. Pranjic this time to take. It's one area we will miss. Nunez is from set pieces, as that is Dem Jenic over the top. But yeah, like I said when last episode when we got rid of him, we can't really... I mean, in the league... Oh, there's a poor pass. It's picked up by Bosanjak. Oh, and it's the dink. And Leon Bosanjak draws us level. And that is very, very needed, I think. It should settle us down a little bit. It was chaos in the defence, wasn't it? They just tried to play out, couldn't do it. It's an early season goal, and the dinky finish as well from Bosanjak. Not bad for a defensive midfielder. So, 1-1. I think I would take a draw in this one, if I'm honest. It's a tough start to the season. We've got Dinamo away in the second game as well, so it doesn't get any easier. In fact, it does get dramatically harder, you would say, away to Dinamo. But if we can get just get off the mark, what we ideally want to try and avoid is what we had last season, where we found ourselves bottom of the league about 5 or 6 games into it. Kakovenga over a free kick. It's a decent one. And was it post or was it goalkeeper? You suspect post by how far it bounced out. But anyway, let's hope. It's a big season, this one, for Kakovenga. We spent a lot of money on him, and we didn't really see much from him last season. He needs to make sure that he's showing us what he can do this season to justify the fee and not make me look like a bit of a fool. Bekenic goes out. Oh, it's taken a deflection again. And, well, we couldn't recover, could we? And it is 2-1. We weren't level for long. Let's give it a demand more. And, yeah, we just got overloaded, didn't we, in wide areas. Now, this, I'm pretty sure... Or maybe it didn't take a deflection. Zebic tried to cut out the cross. Nevesic probably should have done a little bit better with it, to be honest. He's only playing a 6-2 now. I still do, and they've scored 2 from 2. That's always the most annoying thing, isn't it? I do wonder if there is a better goalkeeper out there for us. Yeah, I haven't completely got on board with him yet as the number 1. So we'll see if something else comes up. One thing later in the window is do we sub off the goalkeeper? I mean, it's not the goalkeeper's fault, that one, is it? All right. Let's try trapping outside. And this is all going very, very wrong. First game of the season. Defensively, we just look a little bit all at sea. Now, Havoy is coming back from an injury. He did miss most of pre-season with that injury, so maybe not surprising to see him only playing a 6-3. We've got another piece of defending to get done here. As Havoy gets out, can't quite get a foot in, or a decisive foot in. That is always missing, that one, wasn't it? It was certainly close, but it was always missing. And, I mean, we're massively unlucky to be 2 goals behind in this one. It's not been that sort of a game. Although momentum would suggest that they've run over a second half of that half. So we'll say we've been unlucky. Try and build confidence a little bit. We'll get back out there and see if there's anything we can do to try and rescue this. Let's give these players a chance to do it. We'll encourage them and see if they can get something going for us. Kavenga only playing a 6-4. That's not good enough, so we'll take him off for Purser. Pranjic over a corner now, towards the back post. It is back towards goal. It was Bekanic, and it's just over. Havoy is having a little bit of a nightmare, so we'll take him off for Dekic, as that is headed down. Bosanjak inside. Oh, is that a penalty? Is that a penalty? Damjanic looked like he got there first. And it's one of those that's so soft, but it's inside the penalty area, and therefore it is a penalty. It is a penalty. Tommy G to take. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Tommy G pulls us back within 1. The goalkeeper is playing a 5.9. That is not what we need, our goalkeeper to be doing. Let's encourage them again. And do we give a debut to the backup goalkeeper in this one? But despite... I mean, I don't even think that we've been outplayed. I think we've probably, judging from the match ratings, made 1 or 2 big mistakes. But I don't think we've actually been, well, certainly badly outplayed. Anyway, can Bracalo stop a cross coming in? It's hacked away by Damjanic. And still they come forward. Another ball into the penalty area. And chipped in. And Zebic can't win the header. It is 4-2. We're going to have to do some work on defensive shape before Celtic, aren't we? I think... Do we call it on the goalkeeper? If he goes below a 6 again, I think we've certainly got to consider that, don't we? But I am very concerned about this Celtic game, I've got to say. Just come off, mate. Just go and have a think about what you've done. I think we're going to have to make a bid for another goalkeeper. There's 1 or 2 that I looked at, and I'm just like, I don't know if you're quite worth the money and wages and whatnot. But I think this game has been enough to make me think, yeah, we need to change things. Dekic gets in there. It's a good ball across, but it's well defended. And Damjanic only playing a 6-4 is, needless to say, not ideal. Do we have any more subs? Pranjic is playing a 6-3. Usually, no, we don't have any more subs anyway. But Pranjic usually so reliable as well. Bekanic forward there for Tommy G. To Skoko. Skoko, nice ball for Dekic. Can Dekic pick out someone? He's done brilliantly well, and Pranjic is there. And it is 4-3 now. It's still only the 72nd minute. Plenty of time to go. It's an absolute opening game goal fest, and Dekic has done really well. Sucked the defender in, knocked it past him, and Pranjic, between the 2 defenders, taps it in. All right. Can we go and draw level here? We've had 18 shots to 8. Our XG is more than double theirs, I think. No, maybe not quite more than double theirs. But anyway, it's high. Can we go and get the result here? All right, so what we're going to do is Skoko can go forward. Bosanjak can come forward as well. We should still have the leftover man at the back. And let's go and play a bit of a higher line as well. And let's see if we can go and get something here late on. Ball in. Goalkeeper does well. Is he going to end up being our first choice this season? I mean, it's difficult to pick Nastavic for Celtic after that one, isn't it? Maybe just a bit of a nervous first game of the season from him. Get it out of his system nice and early. As Dekic. Dekic has looked very good since coming on, hasn't he? Bosanjak forward for Persa. Pranjic dropping deep. Pranjic. Oh, he draws a good save. And still, we are a chance of rescuing a point here. Persa to take the corner. Floats one in. It's headed away. Bosanjak will keep it in for us. Inside for Dekic. Dekic comes forward. Damjanic. Cross to Zebic. Dekic again. Can he whip another cross in? He does. It's a decent one. It's floated over towards Tommy G. But he cannot find the back of the net either. Is there anything left in this one for us, or is it going to be opening game defeat? We're still going. 89th minute. Pranjic almost gave it away. Good ball for Tommy G, though. Tommy G for Dekic. Dekic deserves a goal. There was probably a better ball on there for Skoko in the middle, though, if I'm honest. And there is 5 minutes of stoppage time. Plenty of time for us to get an equaliser here. Damjanic. Cross for Zebic. Zebic for Bosanjak. Bosanjak comes forward. Nice ball for Bracalo. Bracalo floats for a cross in. It's headed away. And back we go the other way now. They're certainly not shutting up shop, are they? Bracalo picks up a loose pass. Can he whip a nice low cross in this time? He can! It's it's off the crossbar. It was an own goal, I think, if it was going to go in, but it's just somehow managed to hit the crossbar and come out. And again, it's a poor pass that Bracalo was going to pick up for us. Is there another highlight? There is. It's a cracking game, opening game, isn't it? It's magnificent stuff. Here we go with Dekic. We're playing well. We're playing some good stuff. Can we get this final goal? Yes, we can! It's Pranjic's second. And it is 4-4. What a game this has been. The defensive play has been truly horrid. But going forward, I mean, Dekic has looked like, I don't know, Cafu out there. He's been absolutely brilliant. And Pranjic, out of nowhere, has got himself a double. And can we go and win it now? There's still about 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes to go. And 25 shots we've had, an XG of 5.5. And we've picked up a point in a 4-4 draw. So that's a promising performance, isn't it? Really, let's be honest. That's not the worst. The defensive play was truly horrible. So in the end, points shared, and it's difficult to argue with that, isn't it? It was just a great game of football. So, spoils shared as Skoko and Hajduk Split renew acquaintances. The goalkeeper, the backup goalkeeper, made his debut. Dekic was superb. Absolutely brilliant. You couldn't... I don't know if you can even criticise him. And it looks like Radjakovic is off on loan. Not permanent yet, but hopefully they'll make it permanent for him so that he can go and play some football. Guys, wait right there. Celtic and our Champions League campaign are next. Alright, here we go at Celtic Park, about to get underway, but we do have 2 new signings. They arrived the day after we registered the squad, wouldn't you know it? So let's have a look at them. The first one here is Martin Palumbo. He's paying 1.2 million for him. He's a Norwegian under-21 international. We got him from Sognal. Let's go with that. Now, we are paying him $8,000 a week as a star player. He is a midfielder, and let's have a look at exactly what we've got here. And I think he's very, very good. Now, the reason we've signed him as much as anything is he's a left footer, so that's, that Mazzella on the left-hand side should do a really good job there. He's just a really, really solid, well-rounded midfielder that can take us quite a way, I think, here. He's 25 as well, so he's a fairly decent age. If we go and have a quick look at his career to date, and we can see here he came through at Udinese, spent some time at Juventus as well. Sognal picked him up on a free, and we've paid 1.2 million. I think that's actually a fairly decent fee. I think that's not really overpaying for him at all. And he did play really well in the Norwegian top flight, so you'd like to think similar standards should be able to do well in our league as well. And the other player we've signed is Timothy Pembele. He is a 24-year-old right back. We've signed him from Sunderland for 1.9 million. Now, the fans aren't quite so thrilled about him, but again, he's on $8,000 a week as a regular starter. And I'm really, really excited about this guy. Let's have a quick look at him. My plan initially was that, well, this will be the end of Dekic. But after seeing him last game, I am having to reevaluate that. But he is a very, very good complete wingback. I don't know quite the difference between a complete wingback and a wingback actually is. Maybe I should probably look into that if I'm managing a side, shouldn't I? But yeah, he's going to sort of share that role with Tinovoy and or Dekic. We've got too many right backs all of a sudden. But again, 1.9 million is a very reasonable fee for him. And his career started at Paris Saint-Germain, spent a season on loan at Bordeaux. I mean, he's played in La Liga for Paris, so he can't be too bad, can he? He spent a couple of seasons at Sunderland, not really playing for them in the Championship, which is strange, I would say. But yeah, we've got him here, and I think he's going to do very, very well for us. And it's a shame that he's not available because Dekic, wouldn't you know it, has pulled his groin. He could kind of play. You can see here it's an orange injury. He's in rehab, but we can't really risk him, I don't think, for this one. So let's have a look at what we're doing against Celtic. We are expecting a bust park, a 7-3, I guess we would call that if we're being ungenerous to them. And they were expecting to be a gegenpressing side. This is the team that we are sending out. We've got some heavy match loads there, which is not great. But anyway, it's going to give Nevesic another game in goal. He can't be that bad again, can he? Surely. Bekenic, Demjanic, and Zebic will be the back three. Now, we are basically admitting they're not playing against Dinamo by doing this, but I think that's okay. Then we've got Havoy and Rovers going down the wings. Bosanjak with Persa and Tolik in midfield with Fillet and Matanovic being the two up front. We've got a fairly strong bench as well. And, of course, we've got any number of players here that can't be registered right now, but anyway, it'll get better with time. Alright, so let's have a look at the team sheets here. They've got their 2 Japanese attackers, so they've got 3 Japanese players, 4 Japanese players. That's the Ange Postecoglou legacy, I think, isn't it? Marco Tilio is there as well. He's an Australian. Maybe we should look to sign him. What do we want to say to this, though? Pressure's on us. There's no pressure on us. Let's go out there. It's going to be a packed Celtic Park. There's going to be, what's that? Is it 40, 45, 50,000? How big's Celtic Park these days? All right, and here we go. I mean, so it's actually come out in the 4-4-2. But yeah, this is almost our season, isn't it? I mean, it's not, because there's obviously still the league to play for, but it would be so disappointing to get knocked out of the Champions League in the first qualifying round, but it's a tough draw. It really, really is. So, yeah, we'll see. Eventually, we'll get to the point where we'll be seeded in these qualifying draws, and so then we won't be getting, these sorts of clubs this early on. But I mean, it's a big stadium, it's a big club. They've got money to spend, and relative to us anyway. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. We need to put on a good show, and do it for the Croatian Wickham. So early on, we have had more possession, which is good. As I say, we're expecting them to be a gegenpressing side, so we're trying to pass into space. If they want to press us, then we'll go over the top of and pass it into space and try and turn them around. We were dominating possession. It's gone back more 50-50 now. It's one of these, I think, with no away goals. If we can get back level, then that's not a terrible position for us to be in. Ideally, we just don't want to be going back with a deficit. But we may not have that luxury, of course. Now, the good news is that with those other 2 new guys, they will be able to play against Dinamo. Now, whether they're going to be fully settled in or not is possibly a problem. But as they're pinging it around, and Nevesic has made a good save on that occasion. That's going to give us a corner to defend. They've got some names in this lineup, haven't they? Imagine trying to say some of these names with a Scottish accent. They must hurt themselves. Rovers with a throw. Bosanjak. Back to Bekenic. Demjanic to Tolik. Tolik, nice ball for Fillet. He's got Matanovic with him. We go wide for Tinovoy. What's Tinny got? Come on, Tinny. Go on, Tinny. Oh, he draws a good save from the goalkeeper, and we'll have a corner. Persa to take. Floats it in. Over the top. Headed away. And, well, not quite there for us, but can we stop the counter-attack? They have many players on that one side there. And, they are pinging it around nicely. That, I think, was supposed to be a through ball, and it was overhit. But either way, that's fine. It has come to nothing, and we'll go again. I've just remembered I forgot to show goal of the season like I always do from last season, so we'll do that next episode, assuming I remember to do it then. I'm hopeless. Absolutely hopeless. Come on. Can we get the half-time at least level? Tolik only playing a 6-5. As I've said before, I fear a little bit for his future, especially in these European games. Yeah, and we keep finding good midfielders to bring in as well, which probably doesn't help his cause. So let's just keep relaxing. Let's keep going out there and just playing our game. There's a part of me that says, do we push Tolik a bit further forward? But yeah, I don't know that I want to do that. Certainly when we don't desperately need to score. We could bring Skoko on for him. And if he's not getting himself involved in the game, then maybe we do need to look to do that. We've got a corner to defend here, though. That is over the top. And we will now bring Skoko on for Tolik. And see what this gives us. We're going all the way down the other end for a corner. Purser to take. Where's Damjanic? He's the big aerial threat that we have. We floated into the back post. It's away. Rovis is there. Rovis. Oh, it's bouncing around. And Noah Skoko just off the bench. And he has his first goal for the club. Magnificent stuff. It was Rovis here. Now, did he volley this? Like a shoulder volley. He's sort of giving it one of these ones. But either way, that I guess would be okay, wouldn't it? Because it's your shoulder. It's not a handball. And, well, we've taken a lead away to Celtic, and that could be priceless, couldn't it? Well, I guess 12 million, it does have a price, but it could be very nice for us indeed. We've got another chance here now. Zabic forward for Skoko. Zabic again. Back to the Damjanic. Bakanovic. Forward for Rovis. Can Rovis pick out? There's so many players forward. Look at Matanovic. He goes beyond him, and it's headed away. He was looking for Philip there, I think. And Celtic are coming back through midfield. Can we stop this? Oh, it's wide. And it's fine. Okay, so let's get Bosanjak off the field. He's going to be tired, having played the last game as well. We'll bring Dashka on. We've had bids for Dashka, but not major bids that are making me think, yeah, we need to do that. Skoko does brilliantly. Tell you what, I am loving Noah Skoko already. Bakanic. Wide for Purser. Infield, there we go for Matanovic. Matanovic gets it wide for Tinavoy. What can Tinny do? It's there for Skoko. Skoko picks out Matanovic! Should have done better, really, shouldn't he? We've got another corner. Purser to take. Floats it into the back post again. Again, it's towards goal. Fairly comfortable for the goalkeeper, though, that one. We'll give it a demand more shout. You feel like we're on top here, and another goal would be a very nice thing indeed. Come on. Matanovic, no. Makes them go long, though. Zabic, oh, not like that. Now, has Nevasic let us down there? Or, I mean, it's a bit of a mix-up. What has gone wrong here? Zabic, I mean, Zabic just never challenged for it. I mean, the goalkeeper, you can't blame him for that. He's just been left horribly exposed. Zabic has got to challenge for that ball. Matanovic is not having a great day, so let's get Tommy G on for him, see if that makes any difference. And, I mean, 1-1 would not be the end of the world. But it feels like a game we should have got more from, although XG and everything says that a draw is fair. So, you know, you're always going to be a little bit more biased towards your team, aren't you? 6 minutes of stoppages. All right, now let's not go route one again here, please. Damjanic wins that, but here come Celtic again. Ball in! Oh, and it's Kyogo again. And we are going to be behind going home. It is 2-1. And we've fallen in a heap. And I wonder if this is a little bit of fitness issues, perhaps. Damjanic is, I mean, he's not had a good game, and he's not covered himself there because he's supposed to be sort of on the sweep. He's looking nervous as well. And a game that looked so comfortable, really, for so long, and we've ended up losing. And suddenly our European campaign is not quite hanging by a thread. But it's certainly in a little bit of trouble. So, disappointing collapse. And, yeah, there's work to do defensively for sure, isn't there? We've not looked particularly solid at the back there. So, a 4-4 and a 2-1 loss is not ideal, but we've got 2 new signings in. We'll see them against Dinamo next episode. Then we'll be back for the second leg. And hopefully our Champions League campaign's not going to end this early, but, well, we've got work to do, don't we? Take care.